great. Thank you very much. My name's Anthony Weiner. A short time ago, before I left the office, I put a call in to Bill de Blasio and Bill Thompson and Christine Quinn, just to be on the safe side, and it congratulated them. We are tonight starting the end of our 24-year slump. We are going to get a Democrat back in City Hall. We are going to end that slump, and that starts tonight. Now, sadly, we did not win this time, but I could not be more proud of the campaign that we ran. I could not be more proud of all of you. I don't think this city has ever seen a race, ever seen a campaign with so many specific ideas, so much detail discussed. We didn't put out one idea book, we put out 2 idea books. We didn't put out a policy speech every now and again. We did 125 new ideas every single day. And we didn't just do the easy stuff, we did the hard stuff. We know that with 1.2 million New Yorkers without any health insurance, with 13 hospitals that have closed in the last 10 years, with healthcare costs due to go up 40%, it was no time for small thoughts. We proposed a single-payer healthcare plan to cover all New Yorkers, to finally reopen hospitals and make sure our healthcare economy hired more people. When we knew that 900,000 citizens in our city pay more than 50% of their income in rent, we knew we had to think of big ideas, so we came up with a 7-point plan to provide housing for 120,000 more units, not just for the very poor citizens, but for the middle class as well. And my brothers and sisters, we know that tonight, 600,000 children who don't have partisan affiliations, who haven't done anything wrong, will go to bed hungry tonight. We reminded citizens of that every single day on the campaign trail and had 4 ideas on how to solve that problem. We should stamp out child hunger in our city once and for all. We can do it. And we did it every day. We didn't flinch. We went to candidate forums and candidate debates when we were doing well and when we weren't doing as well. We never backed down, we never ducked. And at the end of the campaign, at the end when they say conventional wisdom says you do 30-second robocalls, what did we do? We did hour-long telephone town hall meetings with tens of thousands of New Yorkers, got on the line and asked me anything they wanted. We made so many calls that we refused to leave messages at a certain point. We said, well, we'll wait till you come home and we'll have Anthony get on the phone with you. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, there's no doubt about it. We had the best ideas. Sadly, I was an imperfect messenger.
You did have the best ideas.
And you know what? When I would travel around, when sometimes things got a little dicey on the campaign, and I'd go to a subway stop, or I'd go to a concert or a church service, sometimes people would come up to me and they'd wrap their arms around me, or they'd pull me close to whisper in my ear, they'd take my hand, and they'd say, "Don't quit."
That's right.
Well, there was never any quit in this campaign. Let this campaign quit. It started with my family who's here today, who every day backed me up every step of the way. The amazing volunteers and staff, so many of you are here today. I gotta tell you, it is impossible to be depressed to get down or even think about quitting. When you see so many people working so hard based on their beliefs, not because someone paid them, not because they're a member of some organization, just because they care. And I also want to thank that team that made it possible for that issues machine to keep moving. Ahmed and Jessica and Afsan and their cast. I don't know how they did it. I'd come up with an idea at 5 o'clock, they'd research it by 10 o'clock, they'd have the visual ready by 11, and the next day we had another policy ready to go. And Maura, our field general, who got the truth out going with her suggestions. And Whitney, can't see Whitney because she's 4 foot nothing. When she started on this campaign, she was taller than me. That's how hard she was. And the amazing Lisa, our finance director, not only produced a campaign that produced about $6 million, 5,000 contributions, but she's also a month away from producing her 4th child. So congratulations. And let's not forget our communications director, Barbara. Barbara, she didn't sleep more than an hour because she had to sleep with one eye open, defending me all the time. And she mastered new levels in salty language. I want to thank her. And of course, the final of the Wonder Women that ran this campaign, Camille Joseph, our campaign. Now she got here a little late because she was on our West Indian Day float, still driving around the city. As good as the staff was, the reason we never quit is because all over New York, families have been knocked down again and again. And each and every time they get up. They get up fighting to make things better for themselves and better things for their city. This is the New York we fight for. These are the New Yorkers we care about. This is why this campaign never quit, because those New Yorkers never quit. And I will never stop, and nor will you, I hope, stop fighting for the middle class and those struggling to make it. Because I know, based on the lens of my own experience, what it means to have a middle class upbringing. My family, and by the way, you think my family had it tough? Raina had to keep track of each and every one of my members of my family and me as well. I almost forgot Raina. Where's Raina? Well, thank you, but I want to say, my family has done it, but think about who it is we fight for today. We might not have prevailed in this campaign, but watching this broadcast somewhere is a family sitting at home, wondering each and every day how they're going to be able to leave a better generation to come. They may have a son or daughter in the next room asleep at this hour, like my 20-month-old is, and they're thinking, you know what, the school we send him or her to is not as good as the one in our neighborhood that I used to have. They sit in an apartment, they look around, they say, you know, this apartment now costs more than it ever did. It takes up 50% of our income just to keep us in this apartment. And then tomorrow they're going to go off to work, and they're going to go to a job that doesn't pay them as much without benefits. Right. Those are the families that we're fighting for. Those are the people that we fight for, because we've got to keep this the capital of the middle class by fighting for them. And I have to say, why am I so passionate about this? It is because of the family that I grew up in. It's deeply personal. My grandfather, who fixed elevators at the Plaza Hotel, died too young because he inhaled asbestos working at the Navy Yards. My father, who went to law school on the GI Bill. My mom was a school teacher, in case I hadn't mentioned it, for 31 years. They raised my brothers and me in an affordable home in Park Slope. They had good jobs with benefits. They had the middle class life. They made things better. They sent a son to Congress. And I ask you, here we are on Election Day, when we all divide up into different camps, and that's part of the fun of it. We all divide into different camps. We take great pride in the places that we came from. We think about the countries that our ancestors came from. That's natural. That's the kind of pride. Some people say, why do you show so much enthusiasm, have so much fun at parades? I make no complaints about that. I make no apologies for that. I take great joy in that part of New York life. But at the end of the day, something binds us together. It binds us together that all of us, wherever we came from, want to leave a city a little bit better than the one we found.
That's right.
Yeah!
And we might have come up a little short in this campaign, but we are all unified in that fight. And if we keep fighting, And I hope you will. If you keep fighting, I'm going to keep fighting. Because we're going to keep New York the capital of the United States.